everybody, this is Robbie and
Gary
from Southern California, and I came and took a walk with my camera down to Gary's garden, and I decided you've seen my Malabar spinach on the deck, and I told you I only had one, and Gary took the other ones that we bought. Well, look at this. Talk about phenomenal. What did you want to tell me about this? Today we're only doing it on Malabar spinach.
Okay, well, I'm growing it up my rebar poles. So my rebar poles are simply like this. And I've got it strung up here. And the Malabar spinach wants to coil up and head for the sky. And all I have to do is just wrap, if it comes out, I just have to wrap it back in. And I've got it all contained in one big column.
That is amazing. Let me step back because I do not have a wide angle lens on this camera, but I put mine on the plastic tomato stakes, and once I started them, of course they're not this tall, but once I started them, they just kept coiling on their own. But this is massive. They're in a bigger container, of course, than mine. Mine's in one of those floral pots, and I don't know, are they getting more water or maybe more sunlight, or maybe the idea that they can keep going? Because mine actually reached the top, and oddly enough, they kind of stopped. And then they filled out a little bit, but yours just keep going and going because they've got a place to grow as far as length. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I've got some growing against the wall there on a trellis.
How many do you have down here?
I have 3 down here.
Okay, so there might have been 4. And so you end, oh, look at the dragonflies all over. So you planted 2 in this hot tub.
In my hot tub around my pool or my pond. And I planted 1 against the wall over there.
Oh, let's walk over to the wall really quick. This is amazing. I've eaten it raw. It's okay. It's an interesting plant. Oh, I know where the other ones went. They went to my daughter's garden. That's right, because we gave her 2. Look at that. They're massive. I took the little plant.
This one wants to head up the rebar, but that's okay. The rebar doesn't get hot. You know, when it's in the air, it doesn't get hot, but this is the one I used a baby's cut.
Oh, and this is old crib we had here, my granddaughter's crib. My goodness, that's 20 years old.
So that made a good trellis. I just strung it down with some rebar and put some stakes in the bottom so it doesn't wobble around, bring it away from the wall a bit, and that's straight in the soil. And it's doing well here too, against the cinder block wall.
I forgot about that. We finally decided to get rid of it. It was falling apart, and I said, you might as well throw it out because you can't give it to anybody. It's an old crib. So you kept the bottom frame, the mattress frame?
The mattress frame, yeah.
I
think what it was called.
Look at that. I didn't know you kept it down here, and you put poles. I can see that's holding it.
Yeah, when I first set it up, it was flapping around in the wind, so I put the stakes in the ground just to stop it moving.
Look at that. What a good use for a baby mattress. Any type of mattress frame, if they've got the old-fashioned frame. I don't know if they still make them. They probably do. Wow, that is beautiful. So you've got this one growing here, the other 2 over there. I've got 1, and I think my daughter and grandkids have the other 2, I think. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, because I think there was a tray of 6, correct?
I believe there was 6, yes.
And they all did well. Look at that. Now, are you eating that? Or are you just eating?
Yeah, I just ate a leaf now. This is the red Malabar spinach. It's got the red stem.
Okay, so this is called red Malabar spinach?
Yes.
Okay, mine is full of seeds, and I see yours are flowering. Did you get seeds on it yet?
On the other side, the one on the other side has produced some seed.
Oh, I see them. They're on the bottom.
Yeah, it's got some berries.
The berries.
So inside the berries are the seed.
Now, I have tasted them. They look like they would taste really good, but they have no taste to me.
Yeah, they're not... I don't know if they're really good to eat, but I know the leaves are. I like the leaves.
Well, I just tasted it because I knew it wasn't toxic. I heard that it's got a lot of nutrients in it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I tasted one, and there was, like, to me, no flavor at all, but it was very purple when you squish it. You know, it's got a lot of color. It looks like a grape, or very, you can pull one off and see how yours are.
It's got the anthocyanins because it's got that purple.
See that? That's why I figured it might be good, because Kohler, I know John Kohler from Growing Your Greens, he eats it and he says it's very healthy, and I don't see why it wouldn't be.
And he juices it.
He does juice it, but I have tasted it, and as good as it looks, it just doesn't have a taste. I'll stick with the leaves. Now, what do you think the leaves taste like?
They taste like spinach, but they have more of a texture of a little bit like okra. It's kind of a succulent type thing, maybe New Zealand spinach type texture.
Now I see yours has split off like mine did. Mine came from the base and through multiple vines on the one base. Now mine only did, I think there's only 2 on mine. You've got quite a few. Now will this grow, it'll grow all through the fall, but what happens when the cold weather kicks in?
That's a good question. Because we're in sunset zone 23, it may stay alive over winter because we really don't get a frost here. But if it's in an area where you get a frost, it will die back. So because we haven't grown it before, it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
It will be. And we'll see if the dragonflies stay around too. I pet mine. He lets me pet his wings. Isn't that funny? He doesn't mind. They are gorgeous. Look at that. He likes hanging around the Malabar spinach. Well, I thought we'd do something because I was just amazed how big the leaves are. And yours looks really good. You gonna let me pet you? Yeah, you are. Oh, jeez. And he's gonna move over there. Aren't they? They're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. All right. Well, I figured we have never done anything on just Malabar spinach, and they are growing like you've got them growing. And here, basically, one is in the ground, and that one's going up the cinder block wall with rebar and the old wire bed frame, mattress frame, and then you've got 2 here growing on rebar, which doesn't get hot. Correct?
It doesn't get hot when it's in the air.
When it's in the air, it does not get hot. And then I have mine growing on the tomato stakes out of a small black floral pot. And it's doing really, really well. And I'm just amazed how easy it is to grow. So people can grow this easily in the ground or in containers. Wow. And then you eat it raw. We eat it raw. I haven't really cooked anything with it, but I guess you can do it in stir fry or cook it.
Yeah, I imagine if you wanted to eat a large amount of it, perhaps you could steam it and cook it, but we don't really eat a lot. I don't know if there's anything in it that could have an ill effect. I know New Zealand spinach does, but this is not a true spinach, but it tastes like spinach.
So if you were going to eat a lot, then you can steam it, is what it would be. Steam it, maybe not use the water.
Yes.
Toss the water, steam it, and eat it that way. I think it's excellent to add into a salad. You're adding it into a green salad. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of nutrients and vitamins to it. And that's the perfect way to eat a lot of your greens, is you don't overdo one green. You eat multiple different types of greens because each one has its own benefits to our bodies.
Yeah, it's got a different texture and it's an interesting plant to grow.
It is interesting. And I really should do even more research on it. I haven't done any research on it. So with that, just thought I would show it and share how they grow. Look how they wind around. It's going to go up the ube with the ube and go up the pole. And how beautiful it is. Look at that, up in the sky. Wow. Okay, anything else you want to say about it?
No, I think that's pretty much it. It's a warm weather plant and it's really coming into its element now that the weather's starting to heat up. And I imagine it's going to grow quite well through the fall.
We'll just have to see how our winter and our spring goes, as long as it doesn't freeze again. That'll be great. I wonder if it would die back, if it would come back from the roots or from the seeds. But we've got so many seeds. so we can plant some of those seeds.
Yeah, we've got seeds to grow from, so yeah. If you lived in another climate, you could probably take cuttings and move it indoors.
Oh, that makes sense. Collect the seeds if you're in a really cool climate. And like you said, keep it indoors growing until spring frost is gone, and then get it in the ground or containers and put it back outside. Wow, they are beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. The leaves look just so beautiful. And no pests on them, I've noticed. Mine haven't gotten any type of pests.
No pests. I mean, I've got grasshopper damage on a few different things, but I haven't really noticed anything on the leaves here.
All right, well, I can't think of anything else. So that is Malabar spinach. Worth adding to a collection if you're growing different types of greens to eat, for a salad or whatever. And I thought I would just share that with you. So everybody, have a wonderful day.
And don't forget to eat what you grow.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ending note on Malabar spinach, the berries that squish nice and red on your hands is a perfect dye, because Gary can't wash it off his hands. You could dye all kinds of stuff with it. Then it's an organic type of dye. If you want to dye fabric or dye anything, you want to dye some water and make it look red, you can use Malabar spinach seeds. Since it's so bright and you now cannot wash it off like ink. Well, that's an interesting finding.